Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am very stoked to bring you this video today because it has been long awaited. I showed you guys this picture sneak peek of this video quite a while ago, so you guys have been waiting for quite a while. So I just said quite a while twice in literally a 5-second span. Okay, you guys have been waiting for a little bit for this video. I showed you a picture of this product that I'm about to review for you guys almost, I think, 2 months ago. I've been using it for about 2 months now, and I said a video review would be coming up shortly, so here it is. This is a review of the Dupe brush set that was sent to me. If you guys did not see my initial review of the brush set, I'll link it down below. Almost a year and a half ago, I did a review of a brush set from Dupe that I purchased, and I did a review of it, and it got quite a few views. I think it got almost 20,000 views or something like that, and a lot of people said that they bought it, and when I went back to the link where I bought it from, it was completely sold out. So I guess the owner of the company saw my video and then decided to send me this brush set to try out, and it came in the mail, and I've had quite a while to test out the brushes, so I have a very well-informed opinion of them, and I'm going to share my thoughts on them with you today. Okay, so I'm going to go over the face brushes with you guys first. It comes with 6 face brushes. 2 of them are fan brushes, so I'll show you guys those first. This one is very similar to the one that you guys have seen me use in my coastals, in most of my videos, the Coastal Scents brush. It looks like this. It's very fluffy, and what I said in my last video about my favorite brushes where I mentioned the Coastal Scents fan brush, I said that I wish it was a little more dense, and this one is just that. So it's the perfect right amount of denseness, but it's also very flexible and very soft at the same time, so it distributes product perfectly. As you can see, my highlight today is very diffused, it's not too stark, and I use Champagne Pop, which is a very intense highlight, so this brush is great at diffusing, and you can also build up with it as well. And I also wanted to just mention the brush itself is a very mattified silver handle with a matte gold ferrule. The next fan brush is intense, guys. It's humongous. It's really big. Like, it's crazy. It's very dense, again, just like the other fan brush, but it's very flexible and very soft at the same time. This I've been loving for sweeping away excess powder, especially after I bake, or if I do anything where I'm using a lot of setting powder and letting it sit on the skin and I need to brush anything off, or just to brush away fallout. This is an amazing brush to use, and I like that the edges are a little bit tapered, if you can see that, so it gets right under the eye area and just sweeps away product perfectly. And it's so soft, it feels so good on the skin. So this brush I love in combination with this. It's 2 great fan brushes to have, and it's kind of hard to find 2 good ones from one brand that don't come together already, so it's nice that this set has both included. The next brush that I wanted to mention is the angled contour brush. It is a little dirty, excuse that, but I only had today to film this, and as you can see, it's a very similarly shaped to the Sigma F40, but it's a little bit more rounded. The Sigma F40 is a little bit more tapered and a little more triangle shaped, so in my opinion, both will work for your face. I don't really have a preference over either. That's the closest thing that I can compare it to, but it's equally as soft. I do own both. If not, actually, I think this one is softer than the Sigma F40, and I mean, it performs equally as well. So if you want a really good contour brush and you are not willing to splurge the amount of money that you require to buy a Sigma F40, you can get this same entire set for that same price almost. So that's just something to keep in mind. The next brush is a all-over powder face brush, and it's a very good, decent size powder brush. It's not too large, but it's also not too small where you'll be sitting there blending forever. And it's very dense, but again, very flexible, so you can hug the contours of your face and get around the neck. You can get really nicely into the temple and forehead line. And yeah, I love using this brush for applying my foundation. I've been using the MAC Studio Fix, going back to MAC, and it's great for powder foundation. I do not use this for liquid foundation. This is more for bronzer, blush, anything like that, or buffing things out. The next brush is a flat top kabuki. This brush is very similarly shaped to the one that comes in the Bestow brush set that I previously reviewed, and it's also similarly shaped to the Sigma F80, but this one is very bendy, like it's very, very flexible. So in my personal opinion, I would like this to be a little bit denser so that it didn't do that as much, so you could buff in a little bit more. It kind of just bends to your face, and then it kind of, I don't know. So I prefer not to use liquid foundation with this. I really do enjoy though using this for blush because it's very flexible. So you don't really have to like work the brush too much. It kind of just works itself if you just drag it along your face and then boom, it's done. Next up is this little guy right here. This is a very small powder brush and it's shaped very similarly to the large powder brush, but it's just the baby version. And it's equally as dense, and same thing, all the brushes are very flexible yet dense and very, very soft. They're all made of the same material except for the eye brushes that are different. And this brush I very much enjoy applying blush with, so it really just nicely hugs the apples of the cheek, and then also I can apply my highlight and sweep away any product. I mean, again, guys, use brushes however you want. You can use them, I mean, you can use any of these brushes in any way that you want. You can use any of your eye brushes any way you want. They're your brushes. So I'm just telling you recommended uses for them, so it's not like you have to use these for these things that I'm saying right now. Don't feel confined by what I'm telling you. Like, let your hand, you know what I mean. Okay, now on to the eye brushes. So I'm gonna go over them by type. So this is the blending brush right here. It's a dome-shaped pencil brush. It's very, very dense. The only thing that it reminds me of is the Royal & Langnickel brush that I own. You guys have seen me use it a lot in my past videos. It's the one with the blue ferrule. Very, very similar, but this one's a little bit longer, so it's very nice at hugging the crease, and I can still smoke out the lash line because it comes to a very tapered point, which is nice. The next couple brushes I'm just going to review all at once because they're all basically the same brush in different sizes. You get 4 flat shading brushes. These two right here are the most similar. They're more tapered. Sorry, these two are more tapered to a point. So these would be more ideal for concealer, but they're about the same size and same width, as you can see. And then this one right here is a little bit more rounded, but it still comes to a tapered point. So this one you could probably use also for concealer or mapping out contour because it's a little bit wider. These are a little bit thin to be, you know, drawing thin lines of contour. It would take forever. So this one is the largest of the shading brushes. And then this one right here is a more shorter, it's a much shorter brush, so it's not as flexible, it's more stiff. This is excellent for carving out a cut crease if you want to do some graphic looks or doing applying initial powder to the lower lash line before you smoke it out with the blending brush. The next few brushes are also very similar, so I'm going to review them all at the same time as well. These are all flat oval brushes that are very small. These would all be perfect for lip application of liquid lipsticks, lip glosses, or just a regular lipstick. As you can see, they're all very flat and very tapered, and they come to a nice point. So these would be very ideal for carving out a nice lip, a cupid's bow, and the different sizes would be great for different people's lip shape. And then also the other use that you can use these for is packing on powder just in the inner corner or just on the lid or anywhere where you want to apply just a tiny little bit of powder, like on the brow bone or the cupid's bow, anything like that. So these are awesome brushes to have for really detailed work. The next set of brushes is the brushes that I consider to be like the lining quad. So this is the brushes that I would use to do any eyeliner or any type of eyeliner. It's really late. Okay, so these 4 brushes are the ones that I would use, again, as I said, to do any type of eyeliner look. So the first one right here is, of course, a eyeliner brush. It's one of these straight ones, which is, as you guys know, my preferred type of brush to use. I don't like using angled brushes to do winged liner or any type of gel or anything like that. I always prefer the straight ones, and this one is excellent. I love this one. I just need to clean it. And then the next brush that I have is an angled brush. This one I really like doing the lower lash line with, applying powder with. So I'll do initial application with this brush and just smoke it onto the line, not smoke it, apply it right onto the lower lash line, and then I can go in with the little sponge here and then blend it out. I'm generally not a fan of sponge applicators or sponge blending brushes, but this one's actually really good. I do reach for it quite often, as opposed to like my MAC 219, which I mentioned sheds terribly, but that may have been my own fault. I don't know. It just sheds a lot on me. So I like this because you don't have to worry about it. However, this one's a little bit harder to clean because it's a sponge, so that's just something to keep in mind. And then the angle brush I also really like using my brows for because it's quite wide, and my brows are not the type where I need to be super precise. I just need to kind of fill them in to darken them a little bit, and then that's it. The last brush of the eye brushes that I have to show you guys is this really tiny little flat shading brush, and this one is awesome for applying pigments with, or any type of like glue or primer, or like anything where I want very precise or a little bit of product to go onto, and even to apply a powder onto the lower lash line. This brush is awesome for that, and to cut out a cut crease. Then we have this brush. This one is really great for contouring down the nose because you can do really precise lines, and then you can just blend it down with the flat side, and you can carve out the tip of your nose to change its shape or anything like that. And it's also good for concealing under the brow as well, and then you can go in with any of the other brushes and blend it out. And then the final two brushes are for the brows and lashes. This is a brow and lash spoolie. I generally only use this for my brows because I have that metal lash comb from Morphe that I use to brush out my lashes, because it's a little bit more, it gets in between lashes, and I generally don't want to put the thing that I brush my brows out with onto my eye area. So I use this specifically to brush out my brows, and it's just a typical spoolie shape, but it's a really good one. It's very sturdy. It's not coming out of here at all, and it's really nice. It doesn't come bent. I always bend mine because I like having the angle, and it's a little bit easier for me. And yeah. And the final brush is this one right here. This one is also for the brows so that you can brush them up and comb through them. And this is very good for when you're grooming them, like if you're trimming your brows or anything like that. And it's also really good for brushing out the lashes if you wanted to use the lash comb. Alright guys, so that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed my little review of the brushes. I will have a demo coming up of them soon. I'll use all of them in a tutorial to create an eye look for you guys with full face and everything. And I'll do that shortly. And let me guys, I used to say that all the time. Let me know guys what type of look you would want me to do for that video using the Bestow brushes. And that's it. Thank you, Bestow, so much for sending these to me. I've been loving using them. They're amazing. I am very excited to be showing them to you guys today. And if you guys want to purchase these brushes, I will leave the link for them down below in the description bar so you can check them out. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. And until then, bye.